Yeah, we'll just get a little bit, just get started here and get that turned off because we're done for the week. Yeah, good enough. So, not much going on today. Just got done work and decided to do a little 3D printing. Now, I am actually printing this guy right here, and for some reason, it is not showing the live preview, which makes no sense whatsoever. It should be showing a preview on your screen. Let me check the live. Let's see. See what that live looks like. Nope. You can't see it. Bummer. Right now it is in the middle of printing and it's not going to show you. So I need a better setup. So anyway, not much going on around this part today. Just got done work and figured I would jump on live and don't know what I'm going to do. Probably just look at a few things to print. If anybody happens to jump in chat, great. If not, they don't, and it's fine too. Get over here and let's go. Let's try that again. First, I wanted to go ahead and I noticed on the last few days we've hit 259 subscribers, and definitely want to just say thank you to everybody who's subscribed lately. It's awesome to see you guys jump in. It means that I got something here, I guess, that you guys want to see. So it's kind of fun to see people jump in. You know, me being a new YouTuber, I don't know if I'd even consider myself a YouTuber, but honestly, it's just something I do for fun, and you know, it's nice to see people come along for the ride. So let's get into and turn the volume off on this guy here. There we go. Hey, look, it's a delay. So I've got a radio on over there. I don't have anything tuned up on it right now. I was thinking about getting on for a little bit here in a minute and seeing if we can get any contacts, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. Nobody in the chat at the moment, but that's okay. Some people will catch the live or the replay. I'm just here to do stuff. So let's see if we can get a preview of the printer didn't do what I was hoping to do. I'll let that go through its paces and see if I can get a live view of this for you guys. Computer, TV off. Ha! Ooh, I lost my light though. Okay, let's close that window. See if we can get you guys a live view of what I'm printing. You know, for riveting content. Let's see. Devices. The carbon. All right, let's see if we can change this. There you go. Do this. There's what we're printing. There are more than one way to skin a cat. Apparently. I've never tried it. So one thing I did put in my description of my channel was about me playing music. It's not something I really show off a lot. It's something I play guitar. I've played guitar for longer than I care to admit. This year it's 30 years, 40 years. 40 years? Yeah, 40 years. So kind of an odd thing, you know. I look at it and go, 40 years. I started playing, you know, forever ago. You can see him right over there. And, you know, it's just something I do for fun. It's not, I'm not in a band or I'm not anything, you know. I play in here, in the office. So it's just something I do for my own enjoyment. And to annoy the family, of course, because, you know, it's just too loud. I come from that generation where if it's too loud, you're too old. Well, I'm getting to be that old. So, let's see. I was going to show you guys. I printed this guy the other day. That is the ZeroFox 3D bender case. And it has Meshtastic in it with the beta firmware that came out just recently. So I've been using that for a bit. I've got that on 3 of my nodes now. The 80s pager. That one is a Random Alley Cat case printed in a translucent PLA. It's not necessarily clear, but it's translucent enough. When you print it, it comes out fairly clear. I mean, you guys probably won't be able to see it real well there, but it's it's a cool little case. It's small. Um, this one actually was one that I was going to put up at field day. I'm sorry I didn't get a whole lot of field day video. I didn't get much of any field day video because I just, it was so hot. I did have a little bit of a fun thing that I loaded up a tank. I clipped on some wires to a tank and used it as an antenna briefly. It didn't work. There was just too much on the band that I was getting just stomped on. I was only running 5 watts. So it was something that I wasn't going to be getting out anyway. It was just there for fun. And I wanted to see if I could do it. Funny thing is, came up as a 1.9 to 1 SWR with a small counterpoise. Not bad. No, that getting back to the Meshtastic piece, this is actually a mount that I remixed from Ham Radio Dude. It's actually a mount for the top of a painter's pole. It screws right in, right there. That will screw into the top of the painter's pole, and it gives you 2 mounting points for a dipole, off-center fed, end fed, however you want to do it. But it is something that you've got those mount points where you can put a carabiner in there, piece of paracord, whatever you want to use. What I did, normally it has 3 legs on it. You know, the system only has 2. What I did was took Random Alley Cat's pager mount, or pager case, and made a mount on the pole. Might be a little bit difficult to see, but what it does is the case actually comes apart. Whoop. Yoink. And then your Heltec unit mounts inside the faceplate. This guy here. I could use a little more lighting, honestly. But once you mount your Heltec in here, this will sit on there like so. And actually it sits like that. Like that. So then you can have your mount for your antenna on the back. This will be up at the top of the pole. You could have Meshtastic running the same time that you're running a dipole or an end fed. Like my painter's pole is 28 feet tall, and that'll get that up in the air plenty for when I'm out doing, parks on the air activation or something along that line. But this is actually something that I will have available. I'm debating if I want to. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put it out there as a free file to go ahead and print yourself. It's not something I designed. It's something I did put together, but I did not design it. Like I said, these 2 pieces are somebody else's work. I added the thread to it. That's the only thing that I have actually made as my own part of it. So this will be available on Thingiverse and Printables. Let's see, what else have I got going? Oh, something you guys haven't seen that I used at field day is this guy. The X5105. So I've not shown this one yet on the channel because noise. Let's turn that down. Wow, that's completely blown out. But I haven't put it on the channel yet because I got it just right before field day. I used it on field day. That's what I loaded the tank with, and a flagpole. Decided to be very patriotic and loaded a flagpole and a tank as a dipole. So something fun. But yeah, I just was messing around with that. I ended up getting it, used it for quite a bit on field day, hooked it up to digital, did some digital contacts with it on FT8. I've got the DE19, so it was just plug and play. Sometimes they call it plug and pray, but that worked pretty well. Had good luck with that. Of course, field day being field day, there was so much going on that, just getting a contact through it was very difficult. But I have made contacts with it. I've checked into our local 10-meter net on it. You're only talking 5 watts out. It's got a built-in antenna tuner, which is awesome. And this one is the amber button color version, which I've only seen a handful of. I don't know when that version came out, but most every other one I've ever seen has been green buttons. So that's kind of unique. But yeah, it's going to make its appearance on the channel. I'm primarily going to use that as a digital rig because I like having a little more power for voice. I've also got the G106, so we've got 2 devices that I could be using. If I go out to a Parks on the Air, I could be running voice on one and digital on the other and have 2 antennas set up. I probably won't, but it could happen. Looks like let's see. I was just trying to see how far into this we are. Oops, back up there. I'll pull up my slicer. We're about 26% done on what I'm printing. My wife wanted a lint roller handle for regular lint roller refills. So I happened to find one on Thingiverse that is a quick print, about 2 hours. In what I'm using for settings, it's a 0.2 layer height on the Elegoo Centauri Carbon, which is over there. My desk is an absolute disaster right now. I need to seriously get organizing. It's rough. But you guys aren't here to see my desk anyway. Still nobody in the chat, so that's all right. I do it just for a laugh anyway. If you guys happen to catch this on the replay, if you want to hit subscribe, great. I don't go live too often, but I do go ahead and jump on periodically. Content has been a little bit light lately. Just a lot of stuff going on, and hoping to have a video or 2 coming up. I want to do a video on the new firmware or new software for the SI4732, the little shortwave radio. So I want to get a video out on that new firmware, software, whatever they want to call it this week. That new version is actually really nice. It has some really unique features. Plus, it also has some Wi-Fi capability and internet radio capability, which I find a little bit odd. But if it works, great. I probably won't use it, but it's there in case somebody or some of you out there that have seen my other videos on the radio have it and want to use that. I'll get a video out on that so we can we can get you the links to go ahead and get it onto your own radio. Another little device I did going into field day was this guy here. Yeah, I'm getting my head chopped off for some reason. Got the old CB going just for a laugh. So this guy right here is a fun little print. I did this a couple weeks before field day. What it is, it's a single paddle key that uses about a 30-minute print, if that. It's all print in place, so it has the spring in the middle here, and you have some tie down spots on the side here to be able to run it, if you want to run a hand strap, or some people like if they're sitting in a chair or something, they'll have it strapped to their leg. Just some elastic. And it uses 3 bolts, 2 M3 by 12 and an M3 by 8, I believe it is, to provide your contact points. And with these 12 millimeter ones, they run through all the way to the middle and provide your contact points for your key. And then you just wire it up with a stereo jack. I do have an adapter that it will take it up to 1/4 inch as well. But I had one of the guys in our local club actually go through and use this at field day with the G106. So, 5 watts, homemade key. Within 2 minutes, he had a contact on the G106 with that. And then my Pac-12 that I use on everything, that is actually my go-to. Of course, you guys have seen it in a lot of different videos. But I had that set up for field day in just a regular configuration on the tripod. I did try something new, which was elevated radials. So it was kind of set up in a Poda Performer hybrid type situation where it kind of looked like the Poda Performer, but it actually used the regular mast of the Pac-12, the loading coil, and the whip that is normally used with the Pac-12. So it was a little bit of a hybrid. I forgot my long whip at home. Otherwise, I would have set it up in full performer mode. But it was just it worked. Was it any better than normal? I couldn't tell you. I didn't take the radials down to try to go ahead and make it different. I went ahead and just used it that way the entire time. So it was something that kind of a test of what it would do versus regular just using it as the Pac-12. I was going to use the 17.5 at field day, but once I got the Pac-12 up, it was hot enough out that I wasn't going to go out and make any changes to antennas. It was about 90 degrees with about 85% humidity, and you walked outside and you felt like you had to have a shower, 5 minutes after you've been out there. So I didn't make any changes. That's why I didn't film a lot either. The location that we were at, it was very warm inside. I mean, we had air conditioning, but the air movement wasn't there. We had a fair amount of people, and it was struggling to keep up because of the humidity. So I didn't film a lot then, but I do apologize. I know a lot of people like to see the field day activities. We had a good meal that guys brought in. We all brought stuff like we usually do as a club, and had a good meal together, and had 5 transmitters on the air. We ran a 5 alpha, so it was fun. We had the big tower trailer that we bring every year. But yeah, so a little bit of information. I got the printer that you guys are watching right now too. I got that a few weeks ago, and I have been using that a lot. It's the Elegoo S1, Elegoo S1. Wow, not the S1, Centauri Carbon. So fully enclosed. Right now, I don't have it fully enclosed. The lid is open on it to let the heat vent out. Chamber temperature is actually a little on the warm side at 33 Celsius. I should probably crack the front door on it to let more air movement. If I turn on the side fans, it gets really loud though. That is one thing about this machine. It prints amazingly well, and it it's been a fantastic printer compared to what I had previously. I will say my I've got a Adventure 5M that I like the machine. It's not enclosed, so I can't print some of the more odd filaments like ABS and any of the more exotics like ASA. I can't print those on that one because doesn't have the full enclosure. I haven't got the panels for the full enclosure for that one yet. I've got everything printed to make it fully enclosed. Just I haven't ordered the kit for it. But then I got the Centauri because I'd ordered that before getting the Adventure 5M, and the Adventure came up for sale locally, and it was a really reasonable deal, so I went ahead and snapped it up. There's actually another one locally that I would love to get my hands on for a really reasonable price. I may try to get that one if I can get them to respond. But that way I'll have one and one for parts in case I need it, or a backup. Because it does print well. It's a little bit slower than the Carbon is, and it's not enclosed, but that's okay. Elegoo is also bringing out the regular Centauri, which is a non-enclosed version of the Carbon. That will have a few less features. It doesn't have all the enclosure. It doesn't have the camera. There's a few other features that it is missing. I don't remember off the top of my head what they are. I could pull it up real quick and we could have a little bit of a look at it. But it's also $100 cheaper. You're talking $199 for a printer that does fantastic print quality. They're making a run at the Bamboo P1. I think it's a P1P. If I'm not too far mistaken. I'm not in the Bamboo space on that one, so I am not as versed on their models. But whichever model Bamboo it is, it does not have the sides. That's what they're making a run at for that one. This one is squarely aimed at the X1 Carbon. With their version of the AMS coming out this fall, it's going to definitely make a big run at it. Same build space, same build volume, so 256 cube. But you're talking way cheaper. And print quality, from what I've seen, has been fantastic. I have done PETG on... I did not do PETG on this one yet. I take that back. I did PETG on the Adventure 5M. I was printing the pieces for the front of it. And those turned out very well. They're over there, just waiting for me to get the other parts to fully enclose the 5M. But yeah, the wait time on the Carbon was excessive. I ordered it at the tail end of February. I finally got it, I believe it was the last week of May. If not, it was like the first week of June. So I realized it was a pre-order, and I realized they warned you ahead of time, but it was excessive. So it was a little bit unfortunate, but judging by what I've done with it so far, it has been well worth the wait. These are the things that you don't get to see in videos where I take my glasses off and scratch my nose. So, other things that have been going on, I did a lot of looking on Amazon during Prime days. I was not impressed. There was a lot out there for ham radio stuff, but it wasn't. It was a lot of the same stuff over and over again. We can even look at some of that here real quick, and everybody's done that video. So if you want to go see it, Ham Radio 2.0 has got a good video on stuff that was out. Like I said, I wasn't thoroughly impressed as to what was out there for deals for ham gear. I will say the EcoWorthy 20 amp hour battery was actually a really good deal. It was like 30% off, $55.99. I didn't pick one up. I had thought about it, but I found another one that I'm going to pick up that fits my case a little bit better. So other than just doing a lot of 3D printing, radio wise, since field day, I really haven't done a lot. I got on and checked in with my normal nets and things like that, but it just hasn't been a high priority lately, which is kind of unfortunate because I enjoy the radio, but it's just I've got other stuff that's been going on. Work has been crazy, and been playing a lot of guitar daily. Something I haven't shown on the channel, which I've been using for the better part of a year, is, oh, I hope that isn't scratch. Give that a second, let it boot up. Don't need to dox myself, really. That is the Baofeng 1701, DM 1701, with OpenGD on it. And this has been a fantastic little radio to just as kind of a general use. I've got a hotspot in the house. I've got the hotspot set up to work both on DMR and on System Fusion. So it does the crossband between, or cross mode between DMR and System Fusion. And I've used that quite a bit. Actually, I've got two hotspots. I can have it on two separate frequencies, one for just dedicated cross mode and one for DMR. So I just don't have my second hotspot hooked up right now after moving up to this office. But eventually I will have that one hooked up and running. One thing that I haven't shown you guys too is I do have a small amount of merch that I have put together, stickers that I've made, and one of them, let's see if I can add this in real quick. If not, I'll just show you guys. Let's do this guy here. You know, me, I'm organized, you know. Fantastically organized. That's a complete joke, by the way. There is this guy. Possibly. Maybe. No? Okay. Here, I'll just do this. These guys will be for sale. I've got that one made. Contact me for them. I believe those I've got a few of those left, and they are going to run. Give me just a second here. Those are $250, and shipping wise, I've got that one available, and I've got one. We'll get the other one out here real quick so you guys can see it. We'll add one more item there. Let's see, which one do I have? This one? Yeah. This is also one that I'll have, or I do have a limited amount of right now. So if you guys are interested in a couple of stickers, I do have them available. You can feel free to shoot me an email. My email is, hang on, there it is. My contact information is on my YouTube page. You guys can get a hold of me there. Shoot me an email. They're $2.50 each and $1 for shipping. I'm not set up with an Etsy shop as of right now because I have a very limited amount of stock, and I won't be getting anything like that until I have a larger quantity of stock, which is what these are going to be going for. It's going to be going toward just purchasing more of these to fund for the channel. Everything that I make from any sort of sales of these guys here, those guys there, will go right back into the channel. So no worries there. That's all going to be, those will be available. Like I said, shoot me an email if you want. You can comment on the video, and that way we can go ahead and get those out to you. I've got, I think, 8 of each left. So it's something that is going to be available. And if they seem to sell, I'll go ahead and get some more of them and have them available on a regular basis. There we go. So we are at about 44% on this one. I think we've been on for a little while. We've been on for almost 40 minutes. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. We'll go ahead and there we go. That had frozen. But we'll go ahead and jump out here. And if anybody has any comments, questions, anything like that, if you guys want to subscribe, that would be great. I'd love to have you guys come along. And anyway, we'll say 7 threes for now. And thanks for watching.